Chair. I represent the Youth Network of the European Network on Independent Living. Though huge progress has been made throughout the years, we persons with disabilities, especially the youth, still face grave human rights violations. Young persons with disabilities, in our opinions, are not prioritized by the governments and public officials in negotiations too often. While we should not have to justify our participation and sit at the table, as we are human beings, and by just this virtue are already allowed to participate. The courts are often not sensitive to disability and ask disabled parties to come to a settlement, just as the many countries were offering victims of rape, women, to negotiate with their perpetrators rather than giving them under the criminal responsibility, which was condemned by the CEDAW Committee of UN. More than 60% of the European disabled persons still do not have choice to live independently. Due to the lack of accessible environment or support services, they are forced to live in institutions or be isolated in their homes. In my country, Georgia, many people with disabilities have to live in monasteries, not because of their religious choice, but because there's no housing and other support services. It's strange how even in the most democratic countries, persons with disabilities still face difficulties in getting employment and education. We urge the governments to implement the UNCRPD, the General Comment number 5, and concluding observations by the CRPD, and create clear deinstitutionalization strategies with indicators and funding allocated to it. We call on the government to release disabled persons from institutions. Would they host 300 or 3 people in them? I thank you.